Today is December 1st, 2017, invoice number V4711. We are video scanning the living room fireplace. It is a 7x11 flue. We are approximately 30 feet tall. Proceeding down with video scan now. We do have some cement protruding into the flue. Now what we're looking for here is we want each course of flue tile is roughly about 2 feet. Now how they do it is they make it like a sandwich. So basically they'll do a bead of cement all the way around and stack the next one, so on and so forth. And what you're looking for is any of those seams. You're looking for any holes in between those seams, any cracks, any defects, things of that nature.
And I assume that would lead to a chimney fire potentially.
Potentially.
Oops.
That's my phone.
Oh, okay. Sure, it sounds just like my door.
No, that's my phone. It gets everybody. Okay, so we do have some cement protruding into flue.
Yeah, we're not usually about that.
Usually what the mason's supposed to do is, as they're going, they just clean that off and try to make it as smooth and as tight with zero obstructions, if at all humanly possible. It does look like we have a little bit of a gap right in this course of tile. You can see it right there. See it more. There, way to go.
The business has gotten so much more sophisticated.
It really has. I mean, this stuff is great because before all this, it was just merely assumptions. And unfortunately, assumptions aren't good enough. I want to focus on that one area so I can see what's going on there a little bit better.
But like other fields, you see things that have been there forever, but nobody's ever seen before.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you don't know precisely.
And what we do is we tell a customer, any gaps you want to rectify those issues. Some customers say, it's been working fine though. And it's been working doesn't mean it's been working fine, and just because it hasn't given you an issue yet doesn't really mean that it's always been an issue. You just haven't noticed it yet. And again, you may go the next 10 years with said issues the way they are, or it could just be that one time you have that fire. That could potentially be all it takes.
Now, am I correct in assuming that a chimney fire is essentially a cinder getting caught in a gap?
It's creosote. Sometimes what will happen is there's many different variables. Number one could be cleanliness. My phone. Number one could be...
You sure about that?
Yes,
It really does sound exactly like the door.
Yeah.
All right, you're fine.
But what can happen is what we find a lot of is number one, cleanliness. Number two, defects upon installation, gaps, holes, spaces, things of that nature. Number three will be clearances, wood being too close to a fireplace opening or wood being present within an actual said flue itself. So again, many different variables with stuff like this.
So I guess what we're looking for mostly is creosote.
Well, there is no creosote present in here.
That's good. So that's the good.
That's a great thing because one, that keeps your expense extremely low. But our main concern for today is looking for structural issues. Like I do know we have a gap here, and you could see the gap. It starts to cast almost like a shadow. And again, those connections should be nice and tight. See how that's tight?
And the danger from that would be?
Well, what happens is you could potentially put any gases, well, not gases, but any spark, any flame, any smoke, and potentially in said cavity at that point. There may be something combustible on the other end, or you may start to accumulate creosote within that cavity, and then all that would take, in theory, is potentially a spark to get hot enough and actually cause combustion.
But it sounds like you
creosote.
are still above the house.
Yes, I am above the roof line, yes, sir. And again, that's what you're looking for. You see how that's nice and tight there? That's essentially what you want all the way. You don't want any gaps, any holes, anything of that nature. Looks pretty tight.
Now, the last guy had a stovepipe hat, I remember. That's a little...
So you see how this one's kind of off-center from this one? We got a little bit of a void in here. So what we call that is a stagger flue tile. See how it's kind of this one jogs out from that one? It's no longer symmetrical. So we call that a stagger. And again, what you're looking for is, in between that stagger is everything nice and tight. Is there cement where it should be? Sometimes what they'll do is they'll put cement in just one area and just call it a day. And a little bit of a gap in here as well. And again, it all comes down to who your contractor was. It's the luck of the draw, so to speak.
Well, this house was built like a proverbial shipwreck house. This thing is, the walls are incredibly well insulated. There's no plasterboard in this house. It's all plaster.
Nice.
There's a lathe undersurface. Every wall has a layer of lathe underneath it.
It's like my house.
Yeah, I like houses like that. They were built by craftsmen in the 20s.
I go on brand new construction homes, and you got to just see how poorly they're constructed.
Yeah.
And it's no wonder they get erected so quickly. And they cut cost on materials. They'll only put the materials in where customers are going to see it, like a bathroom or a kitchen, and they cut corners pretty much everywhere else.
Is he looking now?
Yeah, it's kind of thing.
Another gap right in here.
Thank you.
Gap on the left-hand corner. Another gap right here.
So tell me when you get below the roof line.
Oh, we're well below the roof line now. Yes, sir.
That's I can actually recognize them there. But I am impressed with how little creosote they.
Oh, there's none.
Yeah.
There's absolutely none.
Yeah.
Why? If we don't use it that much?
Probably.
It could be the way you're burning. It could also be the type of wood you're burning as well.
Yeah, I actually. This is the stuff I really like.
Birch.
Birch.
Nice and hard.
Yeah, and it doesn't have a lot of sap in it.
You can see there's some cement, and then the cement is missing.
Yeah, how is a mason going to get up there?
Exactly. Well, that's why it should have been done correctly
To begin with.
to begin with. Yes, sir. Because if it was done correctly, chances are it would hold up.
Yeah, so this is for information only, basically.
Well, we do have remedies for all types of situations.
Well, I guess you could do your spraying thing.
On this, we would recommend doing what we call a heat shield joint repair. Basically, what that is a cement, a foam bell that drops all the way down to where the flue ends. And what we do is we pour a cement concrete solution, cement fiberglass solution, ceramic, from up top down. And what we do is we set up a crank, and we crank that back up as we're pouring that solution. And what that allows it to do is that bell expands and actually coats that entire flue, filling in any gaps, any cracks, any defects. Again, within reason. Now, if you have a hole like this, it will not do that. But it's more designed for situations like this. And again, that's called a resurfacing at that point, which is the next best bet as opposed to tearing down the chimney and starting from scratch, and then you still run the risk of it not being installed properly. It's a pretty direct line of fire here. There's no offsets or anything like that. That's good. Now,
Just haven't found the jewels.
I know. Now what we're entering is the smoke chamber. You'll start to see all those bricks.
But you cleaned that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep. clean that entire floor. We leave no